City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. 7,000 nurses have gone on strike at two major hospitals in New York City this morning.
I'm not going in there to take have to fight for them. We have been fighting for our patients and for ourselves.
Nurses at Mount Sinai Hospital and Montefiore Medical Center are demanding higher pay and more staffing. Both facilities have moved patients and diverted ambulances. Other city hospitals reached a deal with the nurses union yesterday. President Biden has approved an emergency declaration for the state of California, with northern portions bracing for yet another round of intense storms. KOVR TV's Molly Reel is in the capital.
Downtown Sacramento looks to be the hardest hit. It's quite a mess down here. A lot of mess on the ground, parts of downtown and midtown where the entire trees were uprooted.
More than 350,000 customers lost power during the latest storm. Mark the second anniversary of the January 6th attack. A series of high-level trials is getting underway. Correspondent Scott McFarland from Capitol Hill.
Richard Barnett of Arkansas goes on trial today. He's accused of putting his feet up on a desk in then Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office and of taking some of her mail. Also, it's opening arguments in the Proud Boys seditious conspiracy case, the second time prosecutors have tried that high-level charge of seditious conspiracy.
Prince Harry revealed new details about his break from the royal family during an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes last night, including claims his mother-in-law, Camilla, the Queen consort, fed information about him have her own image. The reaction back home in Britain.
Probably telling the truth, and those issues are quite valid, but I don't really think it's for public debate.
You want the whole world to know your dirty laundry, really? For millions and millions?
Harry's new memoir, Spare, will be released tomorrow. There is new controversy over a troubled public water system in the South. CBS's Jim Krasula has the update.
A state environmental regulator in Mississippi has denied claims the state agency he leads discriminated against the predominantly black capital city of Jackson and allocating federal funds. The head of the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality says he thinks an ongoing investigation into the matter is politically motivated.
Hours after the NFL's regular season wrapped up comes a coaching casualty. The Texans fired Coach Lovie Smith last night after winning just 3 games. Their final game, a 32-31 win over the Colts, cost Houston the top overall pick in the spring NFL draft. That goes to the Bears. S&P futures up 16. This is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Welcome to retirement. Now, to local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks. And how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
Enjoy the benefits of soft water with Menard's great selection of Morton water softeners. Morton's Demand Control Wi-Fi water softener is a smarter way to manage your water. Integrated Wi-Fi capabilities, all levels, and water usage from your smartphone, putting you in control while at home or away. Plus, Morton's look-ahead technology learns and predicts your water needs, saving you money. Save big money on Morton water softeners at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
Of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Well, the cloudy skies and 29 degrees at 9:05. Good morning. The body of an unidentified person was found in the Saginaw River near downtown Saginaw last Friday. Police say the body was discovered behind the Temple Theater and had been submerged for an extended period of time. The Saginaw Fire Department was called in to assist removing the body from the water. Police say there's currently no information about the victim's identity. A full autopsy is being conducted. Saginaw's new trash collection company got off to a bumpy start in the new year. The city began a new contract with Priority Waste in 2023. After delays in trash pickup in the first week of service, Priority Waste sent out 9 trucks on Saturday and ensure all residents' trash had been collected. According to the city, the additional resources will continue through this week, including several mobile managers who will be monitoring the progress of collection each day. Priority Waste expects to provide collection services on schedule and asks residents to have materials to the curb by 7 a.m. on their designated collection day. More information can be found by calling the Mid-Michigan Waste Authority at 989-781-9555 or by visiting recyclemotion.org. The City of Midland is looking to fill a vacancy on the Center City Authority Board. The board oversees the Center City runs along Saginaw Road from Manor Drive to Patrick Road and manages projects such as the Center City Redevelopment Plan, District Zoning, and Facade Improvement Program. Individuals who own property or operate business within a half mile of the district are invited to apply. According to the city, no prior experience is required, but applicants must be able to attend the board's monthly meetings. For more information or to apply, visit cityofmidlandmi.gov/CCA. WSGW News Time 9:07.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Carl came in on Monday upset because his truck needed more repairs. Because that's his livelihood. He was ready for something new. So I took him in my office right away and I was able to approve him for an auto loan. He was very happy to be able to leave with that check in his hand to go pick up his vehicle. He even came back a few hours later just to thank me and show me his new truck. I love being able to turn around someone's day.
Knowing members by name, going the extra mile to help them save money, understanding when they really need help. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you always. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively equal housing lender.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. The allegations are of an elaborate plot that defrauded the government of $614,000 in unemployment benefits during the COVID pandemic. Now, 2 Macomb County residents are among 9 people facing charges in Detroit's U.S. District Court next month. Cheryl Harrison of East Point was the alleged ringleader, and Sharonda Griffin of Centerline is also charged. All 9 suspects face up to 20 years in prison if convicted. The scheme involved filing claims using stolen identities, then setting up a California Airbnb where fraudsters went. If you catch that big one when you go to your favorite fishing hole, you can thank the Michigan DNR for making sure the water is full of your favorite fish. Here's Michigan News Network's Greg Bowman.
The Michigan Department of Natural Resources was busy in the fall, stocking more than 624,000 fish, which weigh a total of nearly 8 tons at 85 locations across the state. DNR Fish Production Manager Ed Ice says it was another outstanding fall fish stocking season that will provide enhanced fishing opportunities throughout Michigan. When added to their spring and summer stocking efforts, Ice says that brings the total for 2022 to more than 17 million in waters. The fish stocking consisted of 4 species of fish: brook trout, Eagle Lake, and steelhead strain rainbow trout, walleye, and muskies. To find out if any fish were stocked in your favorite fishing spots, you can visit the DNR's fish stocking database at michigandnr.com/fish stock.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 910. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. For today, mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with lows in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies with a chance of snow early, then a chance of rain in the afternoon, highs in the upper 30s. Tuesday night, cloudy skies with a chance of snow mixed with rain early, steady temperatures in the lower 30s for the low. Wednesday, cloudy and a high in the lower 40s. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy skies with steady temperatures in the mid 30s. Into the day on Thursday, cloudy skies with a chance of rain and snow, steady temperatures in the mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Patrick McMillan with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now it's 34.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. On 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Indeed, Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. See their newly expanded showroom with everything you need for all of your home decorating. And good morning to you. Welcome on a Monday morning, a brand new week in the month of January. Nice to have you with us. And we'll have open phones for the next couple of hours, right up through 11 o'clock this morning. So if there's something on your mind you'd like to chat about, pick up the old Alexander Graham Bell invention and give us a jingle. Good. Alexander Graham Bell wouldn't recognize that invention today, but we do give him credit for getting it started anyway. Lots going on in the world, both in Washington, D.C. politically and elsewhere, and of course football. It's a much clearer postseason picture now. And how about them Lions? Ooh. I have to admit this. I, on the one hand, was hoping that the Lions would finish with a winning season. I hope they make the playoff, but they didn't. But I hoped they would finish with a winning season, which they did. At the same time, I had mixed feelings about last night's game because I like Aaron Rodgers and was kind of hoping he'd get back into the playoff picture because I think his career is just about at the end, and you'd love to see him go out a winner, but fate has its way, and the Lions did their job, and they look good doing it. So more power to the Lions. We've got something to look forward to in the next few years. A really, really decent team. We'll talk more about that later on. But a number of things. First of all, I don't know how many of you stayed up late to see the shenanigans going on to elect a Speaker of the House. I have to admit, I came home. I had a hockey game that night that I worked, and then I came home and made myself comfortable, settled in, and watched what happened. On the 15th round, Kevin McCarthy was named Speaker of the House. Has he given away the farm to do it? Well, we'll find out today because the rules package with a lot of those things he agreed to comes up today. It's going to be interesting to see if he can actually keep all of the promises he made. It's also going to be interesting to see if anything gets done in Congress, or is it just going to be gridlock? Not only gridlock between the two parties, but gridlock within the Republican Party. He may not be able to muster up his own party votes on some issues. It's going to be interesting to see, and this rules package will be the first test because there are a lot of things in there the centrists, moderates don't like. Going to be a real test of his leadership right off the bat. I would say this, though. I heard a lot of criticism about it. People have called it a circus, a zoo. And I even used the word shenanigans earlier. But in reality, when you look at what happened and how it happened, was that not exactly what the founding fathers had in mind? We sent people to Washington to do the people's business. They're responding to the needs of their constituency. It was democracy at work, or at least our representative republic form of democracy at work. And we don't hide it behind a closed door. It was all there for the world to see. This is how it's done. And in the end, we elected someone to the position of Speaker. Now, does everybody like it? No. I don't know any political question that everybody likes on both sides. I don't know of one. Might be one, but I don't know of it. I'd like to know how many unanimous votes there have been in Congress on anything. You know, maybe after 9/11 or something like that. But even then, I wonder if it was totally unanimous or if there's always been a one or two holdouts. There's not many things that they all agree on. And that's fine. That creates the debate. The question is, do they then, after they debate it, take it to the next step, think about it, deliberate, negotiate, and then finally decide the issue? That's what's been missing. So it will be interesting to see how the new speaker, Kevin McCarthy, uses his gavel and what the outcome is likely to be. There is some speculating that because of the division that the rancor caused within the Republican Party will lead to government shutdowns because they won't be able to agree on raising, for example, the debt ceiling. So time will tell. Time will tell. And there's already stories about 2024 now that this Congress is seated and this election is over, sort of. There's a story today about Joe Biden pivoting for 2024. What does that mean? Well, for a good part of his administration, these first couple of years, he's kind of pandered to the far left of his party. But I have said many times on this program over many, many years that the majority of the country is centrist. They may be Democrats and Republicans, but they don't have total far left or total far right views. And if you look historically, many candidates pivot to the center to get elected because that's the vast amount of voters. Well, apparently President Biden recognizes that because in his at least early moves before announcing, he visited the U.S. border. He appeared with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell to promote the infrastructure law. And he's reading the tea leaves. Many observers think voters sent a message in the midterms that they value bipartisanship, rejecting a lot of extreme candidates. So time will tell, but he is moving toward the center as he starts to think about his political future and what it'll mean. The other side of the aisle, of course, former President Trump has already announced his candidacy, but it will be interesting in his case to see if he can actually pull it off with all the legal hazards awaiting him on the road to the election in 2024. Will he survive it or not? And I certainly don't know the answer to that question. All right, lines are open for you today. Whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111. Politics, football, lifestyle, you name it. We love to talk about all of it here on the Art Lewis Show. So give us a call and let's converse.
Where will you see the world differently in the new year? City that never sleeps.
I want to show my daughter the ocean.
Then do it with MBS International Airport. With services through Delta and United Airlines, you will feel upgraded as soon as you walk through the door. Book your flight today at mbsairport.org and let us help you see the world. Happy New Year from MBS International Airport.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
Thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's Cordell.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you .com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm Connell McShane. This is the Fox Business Report.
Investors are continuing to speculate that the Federal Reserve might moderate its interest rate increases. Crude oil prices are rising with expectations that China's easing of COVID restrictions will lead to more travel demand. Lululemon Athletica shares are losing ground after the athletic wear company lowered some expectations for its business for the current quarter. Tilray Brands are losing ground. The Canadian cannabis company recent quarter. Holiday returns are creating a nightmare this year for retailers. Return policies may be changing. Barron says a surge in shipping and labor costs means handling a return is 50% more expensive than it was for the previous holiday season. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Get all of your favorite Fox News podcasts commercial-free on Apple Podcasts with Fox News Podcasts Plus. From Dana Perino, Kennedy, Ben Domenech, The Duffys, and many more. Subscribe now by going to Fox News. The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, featuring insight from top newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News contributors. Listen and subscribe now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is a test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. The WSGW Morning Team.
Online columnist who's writing about food that you can eat for luck in the new year. And the question was about some food you can eat that you would find on global menus that are supposed to be good for you in the new year. First of all, you should know that if you eat round food, that resembles coins and money, and symbolically these foods mean you'll have a financial successful new year.
A round food would be...
Found round food. Well, in this case, they reference things like peas. Oh, that's round.
Oh.
Hamburgers are round too.
Yeah. Thank you, Denise.
In a way.
Pizza's round too.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Round, hamburgers are round.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there are no references to hamburger and pizza.
You know, pepperoni's round too. Coin shaped, about the size of a $50.
All right, let's see where you guys are going with this. Next year we'll have the morning team list of.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, your morning team. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show.
All right, is 2023 over yet?
We're still counting the votes. I don't know.
I need a nap.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
Hi, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. Lines open for you. Love to chat with you this morning, 989-752-6111. Any of you watch 60 Minutes Sunday? Prince Harry was on. He's all over the news. Every newscast has comments about him. Everywhere you look, there are comments about it. His book is set to drop tomorrow, called Spare. And he has been defending his decision to write the book, to tell his story after what he says, quote, own my story after 38 years of spin and distortion by others. He was on 60 Minutes last night, and he was on Britain's ITV. And it's generated, as you can imagine, lots of headlines and some family resentment. He's really made a lot of claims about a lot of people, including one that his father warned would be crossing the red line, and that was the Queen Consort, Camilla, King Charles's wife, had leaked, he said, private conversations to the media. And his family was complicit in his wife Meghan's pain and suffering. It is with utter fascination that we watch the prince and his wife, the Duke and Duchess. You know, I've said this many times. You know, we spent our time, treasure, and blood breaking away from the British Empire to form this nation. And, you know, time heals all wounds, and they have become good allies and good friends of this country. But we have a fascination with royals. Maybe it's because we don't have to worry about it. Maybe it's because we can look at them afar. Oh, yeah, they're across the pond. You know, it's just fascinating. And the other thing, too, we have, as television rating history will show you, a fascination with soap operas. Soap operas have been around since almost the beginning of television. We love to bury ourselves in other people's misery, it seems. Otherwise, Ask yourself, how would someone like Dr. Phil survive? He makes a fortune on other people's misery because people watch. And is this any different? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, now living in the United States in combative roles with the rest of his family. The king and his brother, the next in line, the heir apparent, William. It's fascinating stuff. It's soap opera. They've made soap operas out of it. There's a couple of them. The Crown, and there's been a few. And I don't think we've seen the last of it yet. This is, somebody ought to ask Carrie who should play him in the movies. So, because at some point in time, Hollywood is going to hop on board this one. Hollywood is no stranger to taking these kinds of stories and turning them into full-length feature films. And part of what's going on is marketing. You've got a book. He wants to sell the book. So he's doing these interviews and he'll be doing others. Because that's how you sell a book. And if it were just blah, oh yeah, everything is fine. Love my brother, love my dad, no problems. We're all good. Nobody's buying that book. Also, remember that he and his wife signed a $100 million contract with Netflix. They did their 6-part interview recently. All of these deals are part of that $100 million. He said when he came here, and I take him at his word, more power to him, he and his wife wanted to be independent, have their own income, not be dependent on the crown and all of that. Well, I'd say a $100 million contract can do that for you. I don't think he's going to have much of a problem when it comes to that. He has become not just a prince from England. He's become a national sensation and has, if you will, whether you agree with him or not, not the point. He has star-like qualities. He presents well in front of the media. He's an attractive guy, speaks well. He's got an attractive wife. He's got the whole story in one package. I would not be surprised if at some point in time we don't see the Duke hosting a TV show or acting in a movie or a TV drama or TV show of some kind. He may have that kind of star quality. Regardless of what you think of him, and how he gets along with his family and all of that stuff. Look at him as if you were a casting director having to fill a role in a TV show or a movie, whatever. He's got an attractive quality about him. And it's being used quite well right now. He's getting all the attention he could possibly want. He sure is not a fan of the British press, though. British tabloids particularly. He's accused them of everything under the sun. And that goes back, of course, to his mother's death and the paparazzi that were chasing her and what have you. And he said many times that, how he's acting now and what he's doing now was done to protect his wife. More power to him. Another one of those things you love to either love him or love to hate him, one or the other. But he certainly is occupying a lot of press time both printed and electronic. Must have a real good publicist. I'll tell you that. They've earned their keep. All right, lines open. Give us a call. Chat about anything you want. What's the fascination with Harry and Meghan and the British crown? Got any ideas?
It's a new year and time for a new look. It's time for you to trade in those old glasses and get that new, fresh, stylish look for the new year. And don't forget, it's also important to keep yourself healthy this year. Even if you have always had perfect eyesight, it is always a good idea to have regular eye exams. Schedule your appointment today and let them take care of your eyes and help you find that amazing. Have early morning and evening appointments to fit your schedule.
To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kasmerick, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw and Hemlock locations, call 792-8686.
Democrats predicted an end to high inflation, but nothing has changed. In fact, food and housing prices are still going higher. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings from inflation by diversifying into a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To see how it works, simply text the word safeguard to 989898 and you'll get a free info kit on gold IRAs that will explain everything. Again, that's safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required.
Dinner, burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busy. Ooma. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
At Staples, you can print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
News coverage.
The Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
We're going to pass bills from wide open southern borders to woke.
Our schools. News.
Damar Hamlin. Sudden cardiac arrest.
First question that you wrote when you started to awake was, did we win?
News.
New subvariant strain. The virus is spreading.
I will visit the border myself
to see the chaos that he himself created.
News coverage on WSGW. Broadcasting from the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios. This is WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. And let's go to our phones. Greg is in Lapeer. Greg, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
I have a question about our egg industry.
Okay.
thought the turnaround on chicken was like 13 weeks. You know, I had chickens in the past. You know, I don't know much about them, but that was my take on all this. I think they're kind of going the route of the oil companies and things. I mean, the wholesale price of corn and feed and things is not up that high, but yet our eggs have doubled.
Well, part of it, if not most of it, is from the avian flu because they've had to eradicate quite a number of flocks of chicken.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying the 13-week turnaround. We've been into this more than 13 weeks.
Well, yeah, but I don't know that they've totally eradicated the avian flu either. But you're right about the cost of the input costs in terms of feed and things of that nature have all gone up also. How the eggs got to where they are in terms of their increase versus other commodities, I can't tell you that. I don't know because I know they've skyrocketed. You know, used to be able to go buy a dozen eggs for 79 cents. Now they're what, $4 or $5? So it's pretty high, and I have a feeling there's more than one aspect of that price increase, and one of the aspects certainly could be, as you point out, the desire to push the price up. But I don't think that's the whole. I don't think that's the whole reason, though. I think that may be a little bit of the reason, but not the whole thing. This is just a strange time. Everything. It's like a bit of perfect storm, you know. COVID hits, the avian flu hits, everything hits all at once. Weather hits. So we're going to have to see what happens here in 2023. I think, you know, there's been a lot of prognostication about a possible recession. And I think you'll see a lot of these things normalize if that happens. Nobody will be buying them otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know. People have got to eat.
Yep. Well, that's, you know, that's the thing. It's sort of like, you know, you hear about expensive prices in the ballpark, for example, on food. Well, you got to eat, and they know it. And that's why they don't let you bring food and beverages in. You're going to buy their expensive stuff if you want to eat. Well, it's the same thing going to the food market. You know, you're going to eat. Now, the question is, will you modify your diet and your buying habits so that you eat less of it? And, of course, if the demand goes down, the price goes down.
Correct.
So,
you know, even like the price of pork, you go to your big box stores. Okay, your big, I can't, you know, the two of them locally. Anyway, they are twice the price some of the local meat markets. I mean, the local meat markets, I watched like whole pork line. The COVID thing hit. They were running $1.39 for a whole pork line. You take a couple roasts off them, have the rest of your loin sliced into pork chops.
Right.
Well, now you can get them for $1.79, but your box stores, you know, they're getting double of what they got before this all hit.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they'll tell you their profit margin hasn't changed.
Say for baby back ribs, you know, they have doubled the price.
Yep.
Back ribs.
Well,
but yet I see smaller meat markets, you know, they're up what, 40%? That would be cents. That would be 30%.
So you have a choice. The choice is to buy at that smaller market or go to the big boxes for the convenience, and that's the choice you make. So, all right. Well, listen, it's not going to go away anytime soon, Greg.
They know more about chickens than that. Maybe somebody else can figure.
All righty, buddy. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Walt in Hemlock. Walt, good morning to you.
Hi, Art. How you doing?
Doing well, my friend.
I want to make a comment about Harry and his problem. I sort of know what he's going through. Now, my sisters, they're gone now, but 25 some years ago, back in '95, when I married my second wife. She's Filipino. And my sister's clan. I says, would you like to come to the wedding? And they said, yeah, but I says, I'm going to give you a warning. You open your mouth, there's going to be 2 hits. Me hitting you, you're right, hitting that floor. Well, we won't come then. I said, fine. It was between me and Harry is I retired from GM. Everything I got, I worked on my own.
Sure.
See, he's getting money from the British government. If they cut
I think that's cut off now.
It is? Well,
yeah, I think that stopped. He had a sizable inheritance from his mother when she passed, and some family money, but he's not getting government toll anymore. He's off that. Well, they cut his security too. I mean, he would have to pay for his own security now, I imagine.
I understand that your wife is a different religion than you. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody complain about that?
Nope.
Okay. If you love someone, love is blind.
Well, it's not only love is blind, but here's the other way I look at it. What makes him happy? If she makes him happy, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
And that's the way I view things.
They look like they're happy. She's a gorgeous woman.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure, she probably has her own idiosyncrasies, and so does he, and so does everybody else in that royal family. But what makes them different than anybody else, other than the fact the notoriety they have, and the money they have? But I don't care how much money you have, how well known you are. Happiness is internal, and if she makes him happy, then more power to him.
I had a minister tell me one time, I says, Reverend, I don't have any skills to do this and do that. And he says, well, you don't go to heaven by how much skill you have. You don't go to heaven by how much money you have. You go to heaven by how much love you have.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yep.
All right, well,
I got to go, Arthur. You have a good day, okay?
You too, and have a happy new year. And that was Walt in Hemlock. We'll take a break. Lines are open for you. Give us a call and let's chat.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're kidney problems or worsening of painful swollen joints, call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
On Saturday, February 11th, of Mid-Michigan presents Feathers and Fedoras. It's a Roaring 20s gala to benefit independent living programs for people with disabilities. Grab your silk top hat, your best flapper dress, and prepare to foxtrot the night away with dance music by Stone Street Revival. Find Lady Luck at the casino. Hit the speakeasy for Giggle Waters. Feathers and Fedoras, Saturday, February 11th at the Doubletree in Bay City. For information and tickets, click on the Feathers and Fedoras box you'll find online at WSGW.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Percha, the editor of the WSGW newsletter. Every weekday, I help coordinate the local Saginaw, Bay City, and Midland news being sent directly to your inbox. It's in touch with the Great Lakes Bay region. To get the WSGW newsletter, sign up online at WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the WSGW newsletter sign up box. And please let your family and friends know how easy it is to sign up for the WSGW newsletter.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Lines open for you, 989-752-6111. The president now in Mexico after finally visiting a border community. He went to El Paso for his very first trip to the border. Before he got there, they cleaned a lot of the encampments up off the streets. He did go to a church where there are a number of Venezuelans holding forth. Men, women, and children staying at the church, and they don't want to leave the church because they're afraid they'll get deported. He visited the International Bridge, which is one of the busy entry points where most of them who try and come in legally cross. He visited part of the border wall, a migrant center, a tour of El Paso, put forth a new migrant policy confronting the surge. The policy calls for expulsion of up to 30,000 migrants a month from Venezuela, Nicaragua, Haiti, and Cuba. That's the majority of those crossing the border these days. Mexico said that they would accept migrants from each of those four countries. And then he's off to the North American Leaders Summit in Mexico City, where they will, of course, talk more about immigration. I have said quite often, Mexico has one of the toughest immigration policies in the world. You get caught illegally in Mexico, you're in jail. And while they have that policy, their southern border with all of these other countries where these people are coming into Mexico is a sieve. They allow all these people to come in and traverse through Mexico up to the border of the United States. And it just seems contrary to what their laws are. And I was fascinated. He had a conversation with a couple of these migrants, and they were saying they were afraid to leave the church, for example, because immigration would detain them and deport them. Another one said if he can't come into the United States, then he's going to take his family, or if he can't stay in the United States, he's going to take his family and go up to the Canadian border. So I started to think about that, and I'm saying, wait a minute. If that happens, what makes us any different than Mexico? If Mexico is allowing the sieve to open at their southern border and allow all of these people to come through and go to the U.S., what's different if we take all of these people and put them in the U.S. and let them all go up north to Canada? And And how long before we hear an outcry from Canada? It's something needs to be done. Can't count on Congress, particularly right now with what's going to happen in Congress. I think there's going to be a lot of gridlock. The administration hasn't done much. Now they say they want to try and do something. And of course, the Supreme Court prevented Title 42 from going away. So it seems it's a stalemate. Nothing is being done. Now, the president promised, I guess, some of the leaders down there that there would be more help coming, probably in the form of money, maybe more border officers, who knows. But we've never seen it. I read, let me find that number. I think it was 2.38 million crossings that were known. See if I can find that number of how many crossed the border. I saw it in a story someplace. I don't know where, but it was like 2.38 million stops. Now, what does that mean? 2.38 million stops. That means those are the ones they know about. How many more passed through that they didn't stop and didn't know about? That's a huge number. 2.38 million stopped at the border trying to get into this country. No wonder the southern communities are crying foul and busing them elsewhere. They can't conceivably handle all of that traffic. And plus the services required. Oh, here it is. More than 2.38 million migrant stops reported during the fiscal year ending September 30th. First time ever that number topped 2 million. U.S. Customs and Border Protection saw on average 1,800 migrants encounters per day in El Paso alone. 50,000 migrant encounters in October, November, and December. And again, that does not take into account the ones who get in without stopping.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we all need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own complimentary financial review by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the UMA Cloud Attendant and more than 35 features.
UMA?
Yep. Switching to UMA is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
UMA.
Now you're feeling it. Visit UMA.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. UMA. Smart communications for the smarter business.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or
may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A high-profile case involving rape, abortion, and a goes to trial in the Midwest today. Correspondent Jim Krasula has our top story.
27-year-old Gerson Fuentes is accused of raping and impregnating a child in Ohio who would then travel to Indiana for an abortion. Police say the girl was 9 when she was raped and 10 years old when she had an abortion in Indianapolis last June 30th. Prosecutors say DNA testing confirmed Fuentes was the father of the girl's aborted fetus.
Last month, the Indiana State Attorney General dropped an investigation into the doctor who performed the abortion. 7,000 nurses in New York City walked off their jobs this morning, demanding higher pay, better staffing, and working conditions. This woman's husband is a patient at Mount Sinai, one of the 2 hospitals affected.
We don't need this type of distraction. My husband was almost ready to cardiac arrest. And when we got here, the nurses and doctors did a wonderful job on him.
The American Academy of Pediatrics is making intensive new recommendations obesity epidemic. It says children 12 or older should be offered medications and behavioral counseling, and parents of kids 13 and older should consider bariatric surgery. President Biden is in Mexico City after making his first stop at the Texas border since he took office. Correspondent Weijia Jiang from El Paso.
President Biden did not visit any of those areas where migrants have been camping out, nor did he see any large groups arriving, something that his critics have been very quick to point out. Immigration is sure to come up when the president has a bilateral meeting with his Mexican counterpart later today.
Prince Harry speaks out one last time before his new memoir is released tomorrow. He tells CBS's 60 Minutes.
None of anything that I've written and anything I've included is ever intended to hurt my family.
CBS's Vicky Barker.
Not much support for Harry on this side of the Atlantic. The Sun tabloid says Harry seems to have fallen into a deep, dark well of self-obsession. The Independent predicts his interviews will deepen the family rift.
I think he's a disgrace.
Royal biographer Tom Bauer, who accuses Harry of waging
a ceaseless war against people whose only function is to preserve Britain. And he's done a marvelous job.
As for the palace, it's a strict no comment.
Damar Hamlin's charitable foundation is selling T-shirts that read, "Did we win?" The question the bill's safety asked doctors when he regained consciousness. CBS's Jerika Duncan.
In a tweet, Hamlin said the proceeds from the shirt sales will go to the first responders and the University of Cincinnati Health Trauma Center, where he is receiving treatment.
This is CBS News.
This winter, there are now updated COVID-19 booster shots designed for recent Omicron variants. Learn more and schedule your updated booster at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
The Bay City Noon Optimist Club's 30th annual Travel and Adventure Film Series continues Monday, January 9th at the State Theater in downtown Bay City. Join us as Marlon Dara leads us on a tour across southern England, from the White Cliffs of Dover to Canterbury, Brighton, Portsmouth, and through the villages, pubs, and churches of the Cotswolds to the fascinating Stonehenge. Then on to the great city of London with all its variety, culture, and history. Oxford, Cambridge, and the Lake District in this beautiful program about a country that always has had a special place in the heart of Americans. Season tickets are available in advance at Herder Music or the State Theater for $18 and include India on the Edge of Discovery on March 20th, 2023. Individual show tickets are $10. Series sponsored by ABS Retirement Planning Advisors, Paramount Rehabilitation, and Summit Printing and Graphics. Show underwritten by Great Lakes Federal Credit Union. Theater sponsored by Prime Brothers Furniture.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning.
changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making things easier. Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is W.
Well, the skies in 31 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Perchuk. A hotel and a motel in Saginaw County were both damaged by fire over the weekend. Fire crews from Buena Vista Township responded to a call at the former Welcome Inn on Holland Avenue Saturday. The motel was fully engulfed in flames, and the fire crews were on the scene well into. Arson is suspected. The motel has been empty for a few years and has been slated for demolition. On Sunday, crews from Bridgeport Township responded to a fire at the former Days Inn in the 6300 block of Dixie Highway around 9:30 p.m. That hotel has been empty as well. The fire was contained to only one room, and crews were able to put it out within minutes. No one was injured in either fire. It's not clear if the fires are related. Michigan State Police's Missing Children's Clearinghouse is looking for submissions to this year's National Missing Children's Day poster. The annual contest gives an opportunity to promote child safety and discuss the topic of missing or exploited children. The contest is for fifth grade students from the state, and submissions must be on an 8.5 by 14-inch poster with original artwork reflecting this year's theme, Bringing Our Missing Children Home. The winner of the contest will be entered into the national contest, who will receive a trip to Washington, D.C., and have their artwork featured as the 20 Children's Day poster. More information, including applications, can be found at michigan.gov/MSP Newsroom. Ascension St. Mary's Hospital in Saginaw has achieved re-accreditation by the Joint Commission as a comprehensive stroke center. The hospital says that the stroke center designation confirms they have the resources, staff, and training to provide high-quality stroke care. In order to be recertified, St. Mary's underwent a review of more than 130 elements of care, including quality measurements and guidelines. 10:07.
Bay City's best bridge is open to traffic. Brought to you by Bay City Bridge Partners and local union workers. Come see the new Liberty Bridge for yourself. Tolling is free through March. Drive the most direct route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's hotspots. Experience the smooth new deck surface free of potholes and new, more reliable mechanics, electronics, and technology. Get your transponder and learn more at Bay City Bridge.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bubble Tea Brew House. You are going to get a family 4-pack of bubble teas from the Bubble Tea Brew House in Saginaw for only $12. It's usually $24, but you are getting it half off. The Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw, and they have hundreds of flavor combinations. Literally, you pick it, you get it. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag. RocketGrabPlus.com.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. A GoFundMe account has been set up after a West Michigan family was the victim of murder-suicide. The Allegan County Sheriff's Department says Cindy Klaus and her 2 daughters were shot to death by 34-year-old Roger Hager before he took his own life in Lee Township, southeast of Saugatuck. The bodies were found Saturday afternoon. Family members identified the girls as 13-year-old Autumn and 10-year-old Mackenzie. The motive for the killing raised through the GoFundMe account will be used to pay funeral expenses. 2 Macomb County residents are among 9 people facing charges in U.S. District Court in Detroit next month, accused of ripping off the unemployment system. Michigan News Network's Kyle Kimball has this.
Sherelle Harrison of East Point was the alleged ringleader. Also charged is Sharonda Griffin of Centerline, all in a 2021 unemployment insurance to have cost the government $614,000. The plot involved filing claims using stolen identities and then setting up an Airbnb in California where fellow fraudsters could go to collect. Each of the 9 faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Kyle Kimball, the Michigan News Network.
Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park will welcome its 14 millionth guest this afternoon. Meyer Gardens first opened to the public in 1995 and welcomes guests from around the world. Meyer Gardens president and CEO David Hooker will welcome the 14 millionth guest and present them with a. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Partial sunshine develops here for today with a high into the mid-30s. Winds out of the southwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy sky conditions with a low around 28. Tuesday, a slight chance for snow showers here. Cloudy skies, a high of 39 degrees. Then by Wednesday, cloudy with a high around 41. Thursday, a slight chance for rain and snow mixing here late. Cloudy sky conditions. Friday, cloudy, high of 33. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 34.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
And indeed, West Side Decorating Center at 5789 State Street in Saginaw is our sponsor. Stop in, see the newly expanded showroom with everything you need for home decorating. Open phones this hour, whatever you'd like to chat about at 989-752-6111. We're going to talk a little football here in a bit, but we've got a caller waiting for us, so I think we'll start right there and say hi to Cynthia, who is in Midland. Cynthia, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Put in a plug for the defeated Packers, which I know I'm in a minority in the state, but since you're going to talk about football, that's not what I called about, but I'm just going to say it is what it is, and congratulations to all the Lions fans.
I have to tell you, and I think I mentioned this earlier last hour, in a way, my heart said, come on, Lions, win, have a winning season. But I have to admit, I was sort of hoping the Packers would win because I like Aaron Rodgers and I wanted to see him move forward. This is probably his last year or close to it. But
I think so.
What do we have?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You got it.
It is what it is. But I'm calling. I have experience with a major corporation in the Great Lakes Bay region. I'm retired. I'm not an immigration attorney, but I have knowledge on immigration. And so I thought, with everything going on at the southern border, I thought it would be a great topic for you to invite an immigration attorney to join you on a call and just perhaps explain, to listeners the complexity of immigration. We spend a lot of time talking about illegal people coming in, but what is never really are a lot of legal professional people that are here in this country. They're working. They're here legally on visas, they're paying taxes, and they are literally waiting in a line to get their green card.
And
that is based on immigration law and country of origin. So
yeah, but you see, you said something important. You said something very important about this.
Mm-hmm.
They came here legally. They went through they went through the process. Now, does the process need to be changed to make it easier, to make it better? Probably. That's part of the whole discussion. All of these people you're talking about did it the right way. Now, we've always been a country with a heart, and we've always allowed for asylum seekers who are leaving oppressed situations. We understand that. But somehow we have to have a system that does it legally. Because if you don't
and that's true.
If you don't have a secure border, you don't have a country.
No, and I agree with you, and I believe in borders. But Canada, for instance, if an immigration attorney kind of explained differences between our two countries, Canada tends to have an easier process. Okay, they have less of a population. But what I'd love to hear an immigration attorney explain to the listeners is for somebody just even, coming to work in a field, for instance, I mean, once those visas are taken, the legal visas, you can't come in, right? I mean, everything's kind of, and it may not meet the need of the consumers, the farmers that need people, fishing industries out east, that type of thing. So
there are limited numbers. Yes, there are.
There's limited numbers,
right.
yes.
But it's a big number. It's not a little number, but it's not big enough. That's the question is, no matter how big it is it big enough?
Right, and so that immigration law, and the immigration visas, the people that come in on professional visas, which are normally called an H-1B visa,
right?
There's a lottery for it, okay, and that's people with a minimum of a bachelor's degree, master's, and PhDs. And I'm not talking about medical professionals, doctors, registered nurses. That's a different category. But I would love to have an immigration attorney.
We'll see what we can do. I would. That's a great idea.
And that level, perhaps that I understand it at, but just kind of to explain when people say, well, even if you're here legally, you may not have a green card, right?
Right.
And you're a taxpayer, but I feel the people that are here legally, I'm sure they would love to hear their voices be heard to say, yes, we did it right, but we too still have a wait.
Yeah.
So it's just a fascinating topic. So I felt the need to call today.
Glad you did.
Just a final note. On the price of eggs, I think I paid $4.50 for a dozen eggs, which I've never done in my life. I'm a middle-aged baby boomer, but I said to myself, it's time to cut back on my food consumption anyway. So I'm using it as a diet plan as well as a budgeting
There
tool.
you go. All right,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
So have a great day.
Thanks
so much.
Good
Art.
talking to you. You bet. Bye-bye now.
You too. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And we'll turn our attention now to Carl in Saginaw. Good morning, Carl. Carl, there you are.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Art, in your car insurance, do you opt out of the PIP coverage?
I do.
Okay. Well, so do I. Do you have to file the paperwork every 6 months?
I do. It's part of the law.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
And it's a real pain in the, you know what?
Matter of fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I had to do it because I think my renewal is like in January. So I had to file that paperwork. Where all you're doing with that paperwork, you got what a paper waste too. I mean, you got 6 pages, and I think it's 6 pages. And the only thing you check off are the last couple of questions that say you still have Medicare and all that stuff. And then you sign your name and you're done. Yeah, I mean, it's the last page. I shake my head sometimes at the inefficiencies that are created, with these kinds of policies. There's got to be a better way.
Well, yes, and I just got a letter from the insurance company saying because I did not file the proper paperwork, my rates are going up.
Yeah,
even though I gave the paperwork to my agent and had her scan it and send it in herself.
Well, then you better have your agent fix it.
Well, exactly. I'm waiting for a call back right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be on her doorstep.
I know, but it's just I shouldn't have to be on the phone and calling her and doing all this.
Well, particularly if somebody screwed up someplace. I mean, if you signed the paperwork, it's not the first. Because I mean, I did what you did. I took my paperwork to my agent, who then sent it in. I know he did because I've got the bill and it's the rate it should be. So I it's all electronic. Yeah. I do everything online. But I
got an email confirming that she had sent it on. Well,
save that. Send a copy of that to your insurance company.
Yes, but it's still, I have to be on the phone, and
listen, nothing's perfect.
Well, this is not perfect.
That's for sure.
By a long stretch.
I love the fact that I can do it. Let me put it that way. I love the fact that I get this rate and that I can do it. But by the same token, why every 6 months do we have to do this paperwork? I would think once it's submitted, you're done.
Yes. The only thing I can think is they're trying to discourage you from taking advantage of it.
No, I think that the thing is that remember the insurance companies don't write the law. They have to follow the law like everybody else. But I think the thing is they look at each billing period, those 6 months, as a renewal. And so they expect if you're going to renew, you have to certify. I think it's a pain in the neck or worse.
Yes.
But
yes,
I don't see it changing right now, to be honest with you.
And I hate every single, because I'm afraid it's all going to happen again.
I know.
On mine, you send the payment to one address, but you're supposed to send the paperwork to a different address.
Oh, really? See, my stuff is done online except for this paperwork for this. And I'll tell you what, I would not object if they'd let me certify online, but you can't. So it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to vent about that.
Good. I'm glad you did.
I wonder if anybody else is having a problem with this every
maybe
6 months. I mean,
maybe, but it sounds somewhere along the line your paper trail broke down. So you gotta get that fixed. All right. Have a good one, Carl.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, sir.
Earl and Jean, hang on. We'll get to you right after these notes.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Recently, I was working with a member to purchase an auto loan and saw an opportunity to help them save some money. By refinancing their credit card debt, we were able to save them over $600 a month. This is one of the many ways that we deliver outstanding service to our members.
Marvelous experiences, saving members money, providing personalized service, going the extra mile. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. These are actual examples of savings and not guaranteed in every situation.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened higher with continued speculation that the Federal Reserve could be less aggressive in raising interest rates now that the December employment report indicated wage growth is moderating. There are merger deals just announced. Syncor Pharma shares are rallying. The biotech companies being sold to AstraZeneca. Albireo Pharma treatments for rare diseases is being sold to French biopharma business Ipsen, and insurance tech firm Duck Creek Technologies is being sold to Vista Equity Partners. Abercrombie & Fitch is raising its expectations after holiday sales were better than expected. Rite Aid CEO Hayward Donegan is leaving the company. A board member will serve as interim CEO. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your...
America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
5 inches of rain by tomorrow.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Like bones, your teeth lose density and become weaker over time, which can lead to tooth decay. And that can make your visit to the dentist feel like this. If you want your dental visit to feel like this, try Crest Densify. Crest Densify actively rebuilds tooth density to extend the life of teeth by remineralizing enamel. Densify from Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America. Smile, Crest has you covered.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
GW Morning Team.
The WSW Online poll is about the Bay City Bridge tolls. The Bay City Bridge Partners, now responsible for the Liberty Bridge and the Independence Bridge. The tolling to cross the Liberty Bridge, that's going to start at the end of March. If you're a resident within the city limits of Bay City, driving a Bay City passenger vehicle with a transponder, you're free until 2028. The transponder is free, by the way. The basic passenger vehicle rate for non-residents with a transponder, $2 per crossing. If you don't have a transponder, $5.50 per crossing. You could get a $15 per month unlimited pass too. Higher rates for other vehicles. Poll question: what are your plans for crossing the Liberty Bridge when the tolls start? Will you use the bridge as you've always used it? Will you alter your route as much as you can to try to avoid the toll? Or will you plan to absolutely do whatever is necessary to never pay a toll? What will you do for the Bay City Bridge tolls? Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, find the poll box, and please vote that way.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat. 30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and back to our phones. Errol is in Saginaw. Errol, good morning.
Well, you perked my attention when you said the northern border. How long do you think, and how long would the lines be when they find out that it's 40 below zero in the wintertime? And they ship them up to around Cabot's Casing and Long Lac, or sometimes it goes that way for a month. Do you think that we're going to have a big line up from the southern border?
I don't think there'll be quite the line coming across into the U.S. No, I don't think so.
Well, oh, darn. The first bus load will be turning around and coming back.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
You know, but it's, I don't know what they're going to get a bit hard-headed and said, this border is closed, period. I don't care if you stay in the water. You're not getting in.
Yeah.
But they won't put me in charge of it.
All right.
So, talk to you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And let's go up to Bay City and say hi to Gene. Good morning, Gene, and Happy New Year. Gene, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Well, now I can, yes. Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you. Two things. Being in my 80s, I try to eat healthy, and I love chocolate like most women.
That's healthy, especially dark.
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. Anyhow, so I let myself eat quite a bit of dark chocolate, thinking I'm getting all the antioxidants and I'm eating healthy.
Must work.
I got the Consumers magazine this week, and in there's an article that says the popular brands of the dark chocolate like Hershey's and Dove and many others contain lead. So along with your antioxidants, you're eating lead.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
thanks.
That's that. I just wanted to pass it on.
Well, very, very nice. Thank you very much for ruining my day. I'll tell you, my favorite snack is dark chocolate covered cashews.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, get the milk chocolate. It's better for
No, don't like it as much.
I know.
And it's got a lot more fat in it.
Yeah, I know. But, well, anyhow, the main reason I called was they had a documentary on about Princess Diana's death.
Yep.
And the car that she died in, on the mirror, on the passenger side, there were streaks of, and the people that put on this documentary think that there's a possibility that a big white car, truck, van, something, swerved at her car and drove it into the tunnel wall.
Yeah.
And actually it was murder.
Nah, not likely.
Well, why would the driver suddenly drive into the wall?
Well, for one thing, apparently he was inebriated.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
he was being chased by paparazzi, trying to get away, and drove too fast and lost control. That happens.
Well,
listen, I look at the streaks on the mirror thing. You know, it's sort of like who was the second and third shooter at the Kennedy assassination. You know, the conspiracy theories are all there, but nobody's ever come out with any proof.
Well, back to this situation. I mean, everybody loved the Queen was a sweet little old lady.
Yep.
But, her husband was a military man.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy Diana was with, his father was convinced that they were murdered. So, I mean, but I'm going to drop it there. But,
being convinced and proving it are two different things.
Right. But, I mean, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
When the Queen knew that Prince Charles was in love with Camilla,
yeah.
but they didn't want her for the mother of the next king of England, so they pushed him into marrying Diana. And once they got the grandchildren, they could have cared less about her.
Yep.
And they knew his time with Camille instead of with his wife and children. I don't know. I don't think much of that, the royal family or whatever you want to call it. But
what about Harry and Meghan? What do you think of them?
Well, Meghan's an actress, but then on the other hand, I'm very interested in reading the book because I don't know. It's a sad situation.
Nothing else. It will either justify your views or it will change your views, one or the other.
I mean, he doesn't seem to me. He seems to be such a clean-cut guy that I have to believe everything in the book is going to be the truth.
Well,
and if he was treated this badly, I mean, there was on one of the little advertisements, he said that his dad would joke about that he wasn't really his son.
Yeah.
That's a horrible, horrible.
Well,
horrible
the thing about what's happening over there is the monarchy spends most of its time protecting itself because there's been a lot of talk over decades about the need for the monarchy. Do we still need a sovereign and all of that? And so they do what they can to make sure that they survive. And that's caused changes in how they operate over the years. Even Queen Elizabeth had to make concessions on paying for the fire when it happened, and opening up the home and paying taxes, all of those things to appease the British people, because if they don't, they're going to be done.
Well, to me, I think it's absolutely disgusting that Camille is now the Queen of England. I mean, she purposely destroyed his marriage.
Yeah, but she's not the queen. She's the queen consort. It's different. She is.
Oh, I don't understand that. Can you explain it?
Yeah, the wife of the king. She doesn't have the powers of the queen. She's not a queen. She's a queen consort, which means she's the wife of the king. In the same way as when William becomes king, Catherine will become the queen consort, not the queen. It won't be just
even that position. I mean, I don't think she deserves to even have that position.
Yeah, well, it's not deserving. I mean, it's automatic. It's there.
Well,
she's the wife.
They're a bunch of disgusting people.
Well, then don't follow them. What can I tell you? All right.
Anyway, thanks for listening to all my opinions.
You bet.
Have a blessed day.
Take care, Gene. Bye-bye. Bye. Chris, hang on. We'll get to you right after these notes here on WSGW.
Sipping hot cocoa under a warm, fuzzy blanket by the fireside sounds nice and all, but do you know what sounds even better? Doing all this while digging your toes into... This is Sonia with Westside Decorating. We offer a variety of Shaw floors, from luxurious caress to the super durable and stain-resistant Pet Protect carpet. We still offer insulating window coverings to combat drafty windows and beautiful designs. Visit our newly renovated showroom, Westside Decorating, 5789 State Street in Saginaw Township, where there's always something new.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you, with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making... Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communication.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal.
Asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can show Sunday mornings 9 till noon on WSGW, but now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine, now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW and 100.5 FM.
This is the Showroom and Design Center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and Chris is in Midland, so that's where we go next. Chris, good morning to you.
Hi. I have no use for soap operas, so I kind of got turned off by your openings. I don't care what happens. Maybe an attitude I've got concerning Harry and Meghan. Didn't they say over a year ago they wanted their privacy?
Yeah, that's the contradiction, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, they couldn't stand the photographs and the stories and this, that, and the other, and themselves in front of the media to get attention.
Well, there's another side to it, though. If Harry's to be believed here, one of the things that happened is there were continually stories in the British tabloids and press about them. And I think Harry reached a point where he decided it was tell the story through his mouth and his way, to try and, as he says, correct the record, if you will. Now, I, take it at face value, but I do agree for a couple that really wanted their privacy, that's out the window. But let's be honest. When you're as notable as they are and as wealthy as they are and the business they're trying to get into, privacy's out the window. You gave that up a long time ago,
Right.
That's the nature of the beast.
Well, even Meghan from her, she had her face on TV half the year every year for 7 or 8 years in a row.
Sure. Well, she was an actress. Yeah, of course.
So she's already considered a public figure, I think.
Oh, absolutely, but not to the extent that being a duchess in the royal family is.
Yeah.
That threw her into a whole nother light. I can understand that. The interview she did in South Africa a couple of years ago, where she said that, it was a lot more difficult than she ever imagined to assimilate into that family. I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it. But again, you may not be a soap opera fan, and I'm proud of you for that. But the fact is, this country has an appetite for soap operas. They've survived a long time. Let me tell you a story about that. Let me tell you a story about how true that is. In what year was it now? Must have been, when was Kennedy shot? 63?
63.
3. I was working at a television station in Clovis, New Mexico, small town.
Mm-hmm.
And at sometime around 1:00 in the afternoon, the network broke in and there was Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
And for the rest of that and several days, they preempted everything on television.
Yeah.
The phone rang off the hook from people saying, "Where's my soap opera?"
Oh, really?
I said, "You got to be kidding me."
Oh, my gosh.
President of the United States just assassinated, and you're worried about your soap operas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that told me everything I needed to know about the mentality of folks that are in soap operas. But the country loves them. They've done well. They made a lot of money for people, so somebody must be watching them.
Hey, can I get one other thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just before the last break, was it Carl that called? I didn't hear all of his questionings.
About the auto insurance?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was auto insurance or if it was another issue. He talked about being able to take care of everything online or not.
Yeah, every 6 months you're required if you opt out of the PIP on your insurance because you have Medicare, you have to fill out paperwork every 6 months.
Oh.
And and his paperwork got lost in the shuffle. He got a notice from his insurance company he was going to pay the big rate. So now he's got to go back and straighten that out.
Okay.
But we were just discussing that it's a pain in the neck every 6 months.
Very good, because I'm getting close to the point where I can applying for, well, I'm going to admit my age, so that is something that I'm probably going to face in the near future.
Well, and it's not a mandatory thing. It's an option.
Right.
If you have Medicare became primary. It never was in the past, but once Medicare became primary in auto accidents, really, it's up to you to decide whether you want to keep the PIP or take some modified form of it. But the one thing you will have to do is fill out that paperwork every 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I had a hospitalization recently, and my wife's got insurance through her employer, so that's primary. But every time something big comes up, they send you a piece of paper and says, we need verification if you have other insurance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, Chris, thanks for calling. Take care. Bye-bye now. All right, Saginaw Bay City, 989-752-6111. That's the number that'll put you in touch with us. Join in the conversation.
It's a new year and time for a new look. It's time for you to trade in those old glasses and get that new, fresh, stylish look for the new year. And don't forget, it's also important to keep yourself healthy this year. Even if you have always had perfect eyesight, it is always a good idea to have regular eye exams. Schedule your appointment today and let them take care of your eyes and help you find that amazing new look for the new year. They have early morning and evening appointments to fit your schedule.
To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kasmerick, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw and Hemlock locations, call 796.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your will to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came out.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Dancing crew, trip for two, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug, brand new mug. Come here, kid, give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. New COVID-19 boosters designed for recent Omicron variants are now available. Learn about eligibility and schedule a free updated booster today at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
You'd never knowingly feed your pup mystery meat or spoiled grocery store food, so why are those some of the in kibble today. Yep, the dog food ingredient meat meal can be made of spoiled supermarket meat and packing plant scraps.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. Your dog needs a biologically appropriate diet similar to what they would eat in the wild. That's why I developed Nature's Blend, a freeze-dried raw food made with premium cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Bailey is 12 years old. He has been on your food for 9 bags now.
Nature's Blend is pantry safe and has 0 artificial preservatives, additives, filler, or meat meal.
He's got more energy, able to run around and play when our grandson comes.
For a limited time, save 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free pack of premium dog treats. Go to Dr./Marty or text Marty to 511-511.
I can't thank you enough. He's 12, and I'm enjoying every day with him.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 1 additional text. Text stop to opt out.
The WSGW Morning Team.
The WSW online poll is about the Bay City Bridge tolls. The Bay City Bridge Partners, now responsible for the Liberty Bridge and the Independence Bridge. The tolling to cross the Liberty Bridge, that's going to start at the end of March. If you're a resident within the city limits of Bay City, driving a basic passenger vehicle with a transponder, you're free until 2028. The transponder is free, by the way. The basic passenger vehicle rate for non-residents with a transponder, $2 per crossing. If you don't have a transponder, $5.50 per crossing. You could get a $15 per month unlimited pass too. Higher rates for other vehicles. Poll question: what are your plans for crossing the Liberty Bridge when the tolls start? Will you use the bridge as you've always used it? Will you alter your route as much as you can to try to avoid the toll? Or will you plan to absolutely do whatever is necessary to never pay a toll? What will you do for the Bay City Bridge toll? Scroll down the homepage, find the poll box, and please vote that way.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, the Morning Team. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and back to our phones. Marcellus is in Saginaw. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, wait, hang on. Dwayne is in Reese first. Dwayne, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I like listening to Tom Sullivan at night when possible.
Yep.
Usually about twice a week, WSGW's got both stations, AM, FM side, tied up with sports.
Yep.
Why?
Contracts.
Yeah.
Business.
I like to see him keep one station open.
Yeah, these are business contracts, and remember that we are a business, and
I know.
That's a form of income. So
I know
that's the name of the beast. But I hear you. But there's been preemptions forever in broadcasting. I mean, it's not unusual.
Yeah. So,
I
like listening to Tom every night. So.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Good
That's
enough.
all I had.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And now Marcellus in Saginaw. Marcellus, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How you doing today?
Doing well, my friend.
I was just volunteering at a school, and I caught the tail end of you, so I'm coming in on the tail end.
All right.
Just want to make a couple quick comments. You know, the House done got the speaker.
Right.
Now what I want to see them do is, and I don't mind if they want to go out and, try to impeach Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, that's fine, all that is good. But I want them to really concentrate on what affects me, my pocketbook.
Yeah, amen. Yes, indeed.
I really want them to work on that. I don't have a problem with them if they want to investigate, do all that, but that shouldn't be their main priority. Now the Republicans need to come out and talk about doing things that they weren't talking about during their campaign. Trying to get the House Speaker, trying to win everything. I just want them now. I don't.
Here's the thing, Marcellus.
Concentrate.
Here's the thing. First of all, I think there are going to be hearings on all those things you mentioned, the Bidens and all of that. However, I'm not as optimistic that anything is going to be done. First of all, we got a split Congress, Republicans in control of the House by a very slim margin, Democrats in control of the Senate by a very slim margin. And I don't know that we're going to get a lot done. If these two sides can actually come together and get something passed that makes sense for the country, I'd be impressed. I'd love to see it happen. I'm not overly confident it's going to happen. There's too many obstacles right now. The Republican Party is not going to be unified in its presentation and control of the House, and chances of getting things through the Senate that Republicans want to pass are slim. So I think we have to be realistic.
I'm with you, Art. You know what? I wish that, we, the American people, Republicans, Democrats, we should come together and have our own little small insurrection and say, we're voting everybody out unless we see something happen.
I wouldn't use the word. I wouldn't use the word insurrection. It has a negative connotation.
It was a bad choice.
But I understand what you're saying. I understand fully what you're saying. Well,
so I would just love to see. I would love to see. Somewhere at a crossroad. I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic. That we're at a crossroad where we can. It's very possible that we got some people on both sides that might want to negotiate now.
Well,
I'm looking at the midterms. I'm looking at all this. We might want to get in the table. I give you this if you give me that.
I don't disagree that those folks are there, and I think they're there in large numbers. But the problem is actually voting. It's one thing to sit down and negotiate a deal, but it's that small group that does the negotiating. They got to get everybody else on board. That's where the problems lie. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be time. It's going to be fun to watch. I'll tell you that. I don't know if it's going to be fun to live with it, but it's going to be fun to watch.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
I
just wanted to get that in. I wanted to get that in, and we all get on the same page. And we come up with another word, but we need to get.
Well, listen. Let me end this on a positive note. All right.
Okay.
The economy, it's hurting, and inflation is high, and all of that. But here is a positive note for you, and with your pocketbook, I know you're going to understand this. Rolls-Royce heralded a momentous year as car sales exceeded 6,000 for the first time in their history. Isn't that great news?
Yep.
So go out and polish your Rolls Royce and have a great day.
All right. Thanks, Art. Have a great day.
You too, Marcellus. Bye-bye. I've been holding this, just wanted to drop it in there. But, yep, the Rolls-Royce Motor Car Company, owned by BMW, by the way, had a banner year, the first time they ever exceeded 6,000 cars delivered. It was 6,021 cars, and orders well into 2023. And their cars are running, by the time you bespoke them the way you want them, $500,000. No, I'm sorry. $500 million. Yeah. So there you go. 500 million. Is that right? No, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong here. $500,000 is what I meant to say. It's what the average Rolls Royce costs by the time you equip it, or as they call it, bespoke commissions. By the time you bespoke the car the way you want it, you're looking at about $500,000, $500,000 for a car. Oh, yeah. Everyday driver for you, folks. Step right up.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000 and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 888-74-STEEL to can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 888-74-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 888-74-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-747-8335. 888-74-STEEL.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Art Lewis Show. We'll be back tomorrow with lots more. Coming up on Focus, we're going to talk to Dee from Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery in Midland. Sponsors of our station studio, by the way. But before that, news from CBS will bring you up to date on the world and the nation. And, of course, we'll have Michael Percha in the newsroom to give you the local report. That's what's ahead here on WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel. I'm Steve Kathan. The U.S. Supreme Court has just turned aside an effort by some Republicans to revive a former Trump policy that barred some immigrants who were likely to need government benefits from getting presidency. CBS's Weijia Jiang is in Mexico, scene of a summit that will focus much of its attention on the problems at the border.
President Biden came here after spending several hours in El Paso, Texas, home to one of the busiest ports of entry. Immigration is sure to come up when the president has a bilateral meeting with his Mexican counterpart later today.
The summit leaders have condemned yesterday's attack on Brazil's democracy. A trial's underway today in Ohio in a rape case that's attracted international attention. CBS's Jim Krasula says it's because of the victim's age and the battle over abortion.
Prosecutors say 27-year-old Gerson Fuentes raped and impregnated a Ohio. She was 10 when she went to neighboring Indiana last summer for an abortion. Police say that the Guatemalan national admitted raping the girl at least twice, and that DNA testing confirmed he was the father of her aborted fetus.
Well, some 7,000 nurses at 2 New York City hospitals are on strike over pay and staffing levels.
To know that I'm not going in there to take care of those patients because I have to fight for them. We have been fighting for our patients and for ourselves.
Northern California residents dealing with dangerous weather yet again in the latest round of storms, packing rain, snow, and fierce winds. In some parts of the Sacramento area, evacuation orders have been issued. People should be listening.
If you see that evacuation warning, don't take it lightly. Honestly, make sure you are prepared and just when it's time to go, go. Don't second guess anything.
A UN scientific report out today says Earth's protective ozone layer is slowly but noticeably healing. And scientists say the hole over Antarctica could be fully mended in about 43 years. With a new book on the way, Prince Harry talks to 60 Minutes about a lot of things, like his stepmother, Camilla.
The need for her to rehabilitate her image. That made her dangerous. That made her dangerous because of the connections that she was forging within the British press.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Scathing headline. Biographer Tom Bauer calls Harry disgraceful.
He is out to destroy his family and he's doing it very successfully.
Indeed, a new YouGov poll shows Harry's popularity has hit a new low, with almost 2/3 of Brits polled viewing him negatively. But Prince William's approval rating has also fallen from 77% to 69%.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up about 242 points. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 888-74-STEEL and get a quote today.
The kitchen is more than a room. It's where food, family, and friends come together. As the heart of the home, it's also a reflection of you. I'm Dee, General Manager of Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery in Midland. I'd like to invite you into our showroom. We'll not only help you design your dream kitchen, but our experts also handle bathrooms, mudrooms, home office spaces, fireplaces, showers, and much more. Visit us online at premierkitchenandbathgallery.com. Let us help you design your dream space.
Democrats predicted an end to high inflation, but nothing has changed. In fact, food and housing prices are still going higher. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon. Savings from inflation by diversifying into a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To see how it works, simply text the word safeguard to 989898 and you'll get a free info kit on gold IRAs that will explain everything. Again, that's safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 877-26-Bible, 877-26-Bible.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Mostly cloudy skies and 32 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. Police in Frankenmuth are searching for a hit-and-run driver. The crash occurred Saturday around 8:25 p.m. at the River Place Shops parking lot. Police say a white or gray 2019 Dodge Ram with bright LED headlights and amber-mounted roof cab lights struck a Ford Fusion and pushed it from one parking spot to another before fleeing the scene. According to witnesses, the suspect is a heavy-set white male who left on East Jefferson Street, possibly heading east. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to call the Frankenmuth Police Department. Bay City officials are reminding residents to keep their sidewalks clear of snow and ice this winter season. As per city code, residents need to remove snow and ice from their sidewalks no longer than 24 hours after the end of any snow or sleet storm. Using salt, sand, ash, or sawdust are acceptable forms of ice control. Snow from private property onto public areas like roads, sidewalks, or parking areas is prohibited. For further information or for questions about the policy, call 989-894-8176. Some offices and services in the city of Midland will be closed or have alternate hours on Monday, January 16th in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. City offices, collection services, and the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library will be closed. Residents with Monday, January 16th refuse and week 3 recycling collection on Monday will be collected on Tuesday, the 17th. Dial-A-Ride will be operating regular phone service and bus service hour will be open during its regular winter hours. And the sanitary landfill will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
It's a new year and time for a new look. It's time for you to trade in those old glasses and get that new, fresh, stylish look for the new year. And don't forget, it's also important to keep yourself healthy this year. Even if you have always had perfect eyesight, it is always a good idea to have regular eye exams. Schedule your appointment today and let them take care of your eyes and help you find that amazing new look for the new year. They have early morning and evening appointments to fit your schedule.
To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw and Hemlock locations, call 792. Bay City's best bridge is open to traffic. Brought to you by Bay City Bridge Partners and local union workers. Come see the new Liberty Bridge for yourself. Tolling is free through March.
Drive the most direct route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's hotspots. Experience the smooth new deck surface free of potholes and new, more reliable mechanics, electronics, and technology. Get your transponder and learn more at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Several Albion College basketball players are calling for a multiple reports. 10 basketball players from the Albion team decided not to play in their game against Trine University Saturday as a form of protest against head coach Jody May, who allegedly repeated a racial slur during a practice. Reports also state that May addressed the situation with his players, and the college has already addressed the issue with a temporary suspension. Cadillac is asking the government to change how it determines what is and what isn't a vehicle. Here's more from Autobeat reporter Jeff Gilbert.
That definition will determine whether the Cadillac Lyriq is eligible for EV tax credits. It's roughly $63,000. Sticker price is too high for tax credits for a passenger car, which is how the government views a Lyriq, but in line for an SUV. Under older emission rules, the Lyriq would be considered a utility. Tesla's Model Y and Volkswagen's ID4 also in an odd position, with credits and others not. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
Police in southwest Michigan are looking for a person who shot and killed a mini horse in its pen. The Van Buren County Sheriff's Department said they started receiving multiple calls of gunshots heard in the area around 7:30 last Wednesday. The following morning, a resident reported they found their mini horse dead in its pen when they went to tend their animals. It happened near the village of Decatur. The sheriff said the horse was shot in the neck, and they believe the suspect fired shots at the scene. WSGW News Time, 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Partial sunshine develops here for today with a high into the mid-30s. Winds out of the southwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy sky conditions with a low around 28. Tuesday, a slight chance for snow showers here. Cloudy skies, a high 39 degrees. Then by Wednesday, cloudy with a high around 41. Thursday, a slight chance for rain and snow mixing here late. Cloudy sky conditions, high of 38 degrees. Friday, cloudy, high of 30. Meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 34.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is presented by RoofMax. That's RoofMax with 2 X's.
That's right. Welcome to Focus, sponsored by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. You can find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax, and as you heard, with 2 X's. We are expecting a call from Deanna Pritchin, Premier Kitchen and Bath Galleries, to chat about all of the things they have available for you in Midland. They are the sponsors of our studio at WSGW, and we thank them for that. So as soon as we hear from her, we will move over to chat with her about their great business in Midland, which is now located just almost across the street from the tennis center on Wackerly in Midland. But before we get to that, let me ask about your sleep. You know, in this day and age, we're asked to do more for less. So when you spend approximately a third of your life in bed, you really need quality sleep. And you get that sleep on a mattress from Sanitary Mattress. They've been making custom mattresses since 1935. Rest assured, the Sanitary mattress you're sleeping on was made right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Further, The money you spend stays right here in the local economy. In addition, Sanitary Mattress offers 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home, so you don't have to wait around all day. Sanitary Mattress can also make a custom mattress for your RV or a boat, something the box stores can't do. The next time you need a mattress, think of Sanitary Mattress. Put them in your GPS at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, or call them at 989-753-1757. Check them on the web at sanitarymattress.com. They're open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sanitary Mattress Company, where they will tell you you will find everything from a crib to a king and everything in between. Sanitary Mattress. So as we await a call from Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery, let's chat just a little bit. I want to go back to talk a little bit about football yesterday. I have never been a huge football fan, mainly because I found myself aligning myself with sports that I played when I was younger. I played a little soccer in high school. I played baseball. I played tennis. I never played hockey either, but hockey, for one reason or another, caught my attention as a youngster in New York. But of late, I find myself watching more and more football, and particularly the Detroit Lions. I'm a supporter thick and thin. You know, when they were losing, I was still supporting. That goes for the Tigers, by the way, too. I'm not a fair weather fan. If I'm a fan, I'm a fan. I want to see them improve, obviously. But I don't abandon them because they're not winning. And the Lions have really, I think, turned a corner. And I'm not a football aficionado. I'm not an expert by any means. I just enjoy watching now. But I'm enjoy watching the Lions because in the past, when you watched the Lions, you were afraid they were going to figure a way to lose the game. Now you watch the Lions and you figure that they're going to figure a way to win the game, which they did last night. And by winning last night in Green Bay at Lambeau Field, they eliminated the Packers from the playoffs. I had mixed reactions to that. I wanted to see the Lions win because I wanted to see the Lions have a winning season, and they did. But I also like Aaron Rodgers and wanted to see him make progress. All right, I heard a little beep there, guys, and Deanne is with us from Premier Kitchen and Bath Galleries in Midland. Deanne, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you today?
I am doing well. Hope you are too. Let's start, for those that don't know, with a little overview of Premier Kitchen and Bath Galleries and what you're all about.
Sure. We are an all things kitchen and bath showroom and design center. We specialize in cabinets, countertops, faucets, fixtures, design services. Ooh, all types of stuff, from custom fireplace to amazing custom shower walls. You name it, Art.
You've got it all, right?
We do.
And so I meant to ask you this the last time, too. I don't know if I did or not. When someone comes to you, designs a kitchen, you put together all the materials, who builds it for you?
It's actually our own staff. 99% of everything we do, we have our own staff that does the work. Obviously, something like countertops, we go to the experts and have them template and cut, fabricate, install. But everything else is us. Our cabinetry here, we do have it custom made for our clients, but the design aspect of it to have a custom fit is totally on us.
So if somebody, let's say somebody's building a house and they're dealing with a contractor, but they tell that contractor, I want my kitchen done by you folks, the contractor will then sub you to do the kitchen. Is that the way that works?
Yeah, that's typically what happens. We kind of have morphed ourselves to be the type of contractors that will work with other contractors. We say we play nicely, or we can do it all ourselves. Because there are clients who come in and just might want a component, say just your cabinetry, but everything else, they already have a contract. I'm perfectly okay with that. I say use who's the best fit for you. I actually tell our clients, we have to be a good fit for you and you have to be a good fit for us. Otherwise, nobody's happy.
Yeah.
So we can play nicely in any way, shape, or form if that's just providing the product or installation or, the whole kit and caboodle where we're maybe the general contractor and do the whole project.
Now, do you also provide the appliances, or can I come to you and say, well, I want to design this kitchen, but I want to work with so-and-so for my appliances?
Both. We have appliances.
Either way.
We have some high-end appliances. We do Viking, we do Arden Marvell, and my favorite brand is Verona Range. But if I love my Kenmore, Maytag, or whatever, if it's not a brand I sell, I say get what you want because we want you to love your space.
Yeah. All right, hang on. I got to take a break. We'll come back. We're talking to Deanne from Premier Kitchen and Bath Galleries, and they, of course, are our studio sponsor on WSGW, and we will be back right after these notes.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
One of my Wildfire coworkers contacted me after 5 p.m. one day. She was working with a member in a rush to meet with a seller of a vehicle she wanted to purchase. I double-checked her loan application right then. I emailed it out to her while she was on her way to the branch so that she could sign electronically. We had her check ready for her when she arrived by 6 p.m. Work. For our member, the dream was finding a car, applying for a loan, and buying it in one day. And the Wildfire team made it work.
Saving members money, providing personalized service, going the extra mile. That's Wildfire Credit Union. Find out for yourself. Call, click, or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bubble Tea Brew House. You are going to get a family 4-pack of bubble teas from the Bubble Tea Brew House in Sag. It's usually $24, but you are getting it half off. The Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw, and they have hundreds of flavor combinations. Literally, you pick it, you get it. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
News coverage.
The Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
We're going to pass bills from wide open southern borders to woke indoctrination in our schools.
News.
Damar Hamlin. Sudden cardiac arrest.
First question that you wrote when you started to awaken was, did we win?
News.
New subvariant strain.
The virus is spreading. To see the chaos that he himself created.
News coverage on WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery showroom and Design Center studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
And we are back with you here on WSGW, talking to Deanne from Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery showroom. So how customizable is customized? And let me put it this way. If I came to you, Deanne, and said, all right, I want cabinets, I want a particular shade of stain or a color of paint, can you do that for me?
Or you can do any shade customization you like or design customization. That's what I love about Mauser Cabinetry. That's one of my favorite lines that we carry here in the showroom in cabinetry. And they do custom shades, all the Sherwin-Williams colors, all the Benjamin Moore colors, and pretty much anything in between. You could find a item in your home that you love And if you wanted to match your cabinetry to that, we literally can send that piece to Mauser. They match stain or paint depending on your request, and we'll make it to suit you.
So a person comes in and they've got this blank sheet of paper. They want to design a kitchen. How long does it take to put a design down on paper until the kitchen's done, typically?
Ooh, that's a hard question. It really depends on the clients themselves. Some clients take weeks to make a decision. Others, I've had clients who've taken a few years to make a decision. So it all depends on a number of factors. How set the client is on their design and willing to make that decision, product availability, and there are other components like if we're your contractor versus somebody else is your contractor, are you waiting for that person? Yeah. And to be perfect, mentally, emotionally, and financially ready to make these decisions. And sometimes the process may be delayed because maybe you're getting your funding or your contractor's backed up in the previous project.
Right.
So that's a hard question. I mean, it can go very quickly, or it can be a really long, drawn-out process. It's really all about being prepared.
All right, well, let's take it from the point of decision-making. I've made my decision. I say to you, Deanne, order it and build it. I'm done changing. Roughly how long? Months?
So it could be months. Realistically, we tell people about 12 weeks we're from that order process till you're probably ready for installation. And that's a rough guesstimate based on how much customization you need. We're typically ready here in the showroom when everything arrives, meaning all of the product. If we're doing the full process, we wait till absolutely everything is here, from your faucet to your backsplash, etc., so that you're without a working space for the least amount possible.
Well, let's tell everybody where you're located. Let's start with that.
Sure. We're at 1007 East Wackerly here in Midland. We're right across from the tennis center.
And what kind of hours do you keep in your showroom?
Our current hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 5, and on Friday we are 10 to 4. However, we do have staff that are in here early in the morning. So if you're a little bit of an early bird, we have staff as early as 8 a.m. You're welcome to call, set up an appointment prior to the 10 o'clock normal opening time. We'll be more than happy to help you.
Very good. And website?
We are at PremierKitchenandBathGallery.com.
That's simple enough to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you had a great 2022, and we hope 2023 is even better for you.
Well, thank you so much, Art. I hope the same for you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Good. Thanks, Art. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye now.
That's Deanne Hall at Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and the sponsor of our WSGW studio. We thank them very much. We'll take our last break and get ready for the market report.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands